Hi, this is Walking and Talking Spirituality. Thanks for taking a walk with me. I've just had an amazing last couple of weeks. Had the privilege of serving, I guess, 50 or 60 students in 2 different intensives, and I always enjoy doing spiritual formation, kind of spiritual coaching as part of the courses that I teach, and I find that the students really respond well. And the last couple of weeks, I've actually learned a little bit from listening super carefully to the kind of questions that I was getting in response to some of the reflections that I do. And we were talking about how important it is in our lives to escape shoulds. And I talked about this, and go back and find the video on false guilt. But to escape a should, it needs to become a must. And at the must level, there's always going to be things in our lives that we have to do. But the peak of really flourishing and thriving is when our must, we can say, I get to do it. So how can we move mundane tasks in our lives that we literally have to do, that it's necessary for us? There's not someone else who can perform a certain thing, into stuff that I get to do. Because I know I was super excited when I was able to teach. I was able to wake up every morning and say, I get to teach today. I get to coach. I get to make a video. I get to write. I mean, those are the things that I love to do. But what about some of the mundane things, like, oh, got to go to a meeting. Oh, I have to grade papers. How can I make those types of activities, and you have those kind of activities in your life too, into I get to's? Well, I think there's 3 questions we can ask ourselves really quickly. First thing is, ask ourselves a curiosity question. What can I learn here? Be super curious about the activities that you have to do, and just be curious about what you might actually learn. Maybe you'll get a new insight. Then be grateful. Practice gratitude. How could you be grateful for the tasks that you do? Like, for example, for me, when I sit down to grade, and again, I've been teaching for so long, grading ultimately ends up being oftentimes mundane, but how can I be grateful, more grateful for the privilege that I have to give students that are trying to learn the very things that I love to teach feedback that will help them, right? And curiosity. What can I learn? What am I going to learn from the students? Sometimes I think to myself, I've already seen it all, but that's a lie, right? How can I be curious? What can I learn? And I think the last thing, and this is related to grateful, is how about just ask, who am I serving? So when we get into a task that we maybe don't enjoy, don't focus on the task. Focus on the bigger mission that this task is serving. Again, I'm not talking about getting stuck in other people's expectations, and there are certainly things that we should probably pass on. But when I talk about it's necessary, things that it's necessary for us to do that we're not saying I get to yet, think about who you're serving. It's a life changer. Until next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be a voice of hope to others.